Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Lair. Of course, I'm Chris Chaos here with the 411 Wednesday morning edition for Smackdown Live, San Diego, California last night. Smackdown, it was a good show. There's a couple of things I would have done differently. Number one, I would have had the Riot Squad be a little bit more involved. You had, the small brawl between Sarah Logan and Tamina. I didn't exactly love it. I didn't love the Tamina-Charlotte match because, to me, Tamina still sucks at wrestling, and I don't know why. You would think at this point, Tamina would be a fantastic worker, and to me, she's just not. And I'm very, very, very disappointed in knowing that she's just not the greatest worker, and it really bothers me. But again, we move on. Aiden English and Rusev is kind of weird, but I think it kind of goes back to what I was saying the other night on the 401 for Raw, that Raw's tag division has turned into the last it feels like 2 months has been just about Ambrose and Rollins, and then Cesaro and Sheamus. And it's really revolved around those two teams. And on SmackDown, it's really revolved around the Usos and the New Day, which is not good. Now, you have the resurgence of Harper and Rowan as the Bludgeon Brothers, who beat some local jobbers, which was, fine. But them, they beat the Hype Bros twice, and then they fell apart. I don't know where this thing with Mojo's going, Mojo and Zack. I still would have loved having Zack turn on Mojo. I think it would have been better. I think Mojo could be a big babyface star. And I think it would be something really, really different to have Zack turn back heel, since he's only really been heel. He was heel when he was part of the Major Brothers, and when they started with Edge, and then when he became one of the lackeys years ago, and then he was heel for a little bit of his singles run there at the beginning, but it really didn't get over that good. He got babyface, and then it got over. So I think turning Zack would have been better personally, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe at the end of the day, Zack ends up turning heel, and they end up getting back together. And, they go after the tag titles, and maybe they win them. Who knows? There's a million different ways that this could go. Just personally is what it is. The main event, Sami Zayn and Randy Orton just going to do what they do. Can't throw a flag, and Kevin Owens being out there, being handcuffed to the bottom rope, was just phenomenal. Now, I missed the end of SmackDown. I didn't get to see the very last part of it. So I don't know exactly what happened. I'm going to go back later today. Probably after I get off work, because I got to go in today. It's the life of a salesman. The Corbin Rude match, they were having a good match. I love Dolph being on commentary and then getting in and interfering. I guess they never officially said what happened. When Dolph comes in and attacks Bobby Roode, that means DQ on Baron, and Bobby wins. But then again, he attacks Baron too, so no contest? Whatever. They don't officially announce anything like that anymore for whatever reason. But like I said, Aiden English and Rusev, and they're being thrust into the tag match at Clash of Champions, which I like, except for I don't like, I'm not a fan of Fatal 4-Way tag team matches, especially for the titles. It's just, there's a lot going on. To me, it just kind of is what it is. The best part about SmackDown last night was the opening. Hands down, by far, the opening. When Sami Zayn is explaining how the ringside area works and where the cutoff line for the ringside area is, And this is something completely, totally different, and he never went into what it was. But this over here is ringside. I thought it was just fantastic. It's great. Little things. I mean, it's kind of a big thing, but it's really a little thing. Like, it's just something to get heat, and it's really, really funny to me. And I want to see Sami get up, because to me it feels like Kevin Owens is, like, with them being together, it feels like Kevin is here and Sami's here. And we need to elevate Sami to get him up to this level. Now, the reason why there feels like there's that disconnect is because Kevin Owens has been Intercontinental Champion, United States Champion, he's been the Universal Champion, and Sami Zayn has done nothing as far as championships. So we need to do something. To me, we need to put the United States title on Sami Zayn. Somehow we need to get the Intercontinental title on Sami Zayn and not have Kevin be a champion, because the title will elevate him up to, you know, closer to being on par with Kevin Owens, because he has a title, and Kevin can be kind of the backbone for Sami keeping the title. That's just the thought. WWE can work that out if they want to, and I will probably get nothing in return, like I always do, because I always give great ideas. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the match being the Charlotte Natalya match at Clash of Champions being made into a lumberjack match. I'm glad that they didn't say, well, this is going to be a lumberjill match. It's a lumberjack match. We don't have to be completely PC with everything anymore. Let's just call it what it is. It's a lumberjack match. I mean, let's just be done with it. Let's stop making changes just because it's women having the match. There's no need for that. Even in 2017, there's just no need for that. I wouldn't throw a major flag had they done it, but I'm really glad that they didn't, and hope that they don't going forward in the future. The only problem I have with it is that we just had a lumberjack match, you know, just a little while ago, couple weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago. So I don't like them doing those kind of matches so close together. You know, I kind of feel like if you're going to have a lumberjack match here, you don't need to have another one until way down the road. You don't need to have it like a month later. But anyway, that's just me, and that's how I feel about it. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I had for Smackdown. WWE Week, very interesting. I wanted to talk about this just real quick, that they're having a broadcast debut of NXT next week, which is really, really funny to me. I am hoping, and for those of you that weren't spoiled, I can talk about this because WWE spoiled it. We have new NXT Tag Team Champions. And if you didn't know, then I'm sorry that I spoiled that to you. I won't tell you who it is, but I'm kind of hoping that they put that episode on USA to showcase that match. Because I think that match needs to be showcased to a wide margin of people. That way people can really get in and see what NXT is really about. I hope, right now it's only scheduled to be an hour-long show. I kind of hope that they do something with it to make it seem more special. Because even if they don't end up putting NXT on USA Network going forward, which I don't think they're going to do, but they could if it gets a big enough rating. If people tune in and watch it, then the USA Network can go, a lot of people, we probably need to do something with this. Probably need to try to get this on board. So, if they can do something to draw a lot of ratings, NXT may end up being on broadcast TV. And then, you know, they'll probably also keep it on the network, which I would think would be a smart idea. Just to do both that way, because they can't with Raw and SmackDown, but NXT is like their own property, so let's see what they do. Anyway, that's all I've got. I guess I'll see you guys next week. I don't know of anything unless something comes up. I'll be here to talk about it. Until then, deuces. Chaos is out.